in these situations, I think it's easy to grab a scapegoat, you know, and
the suit that I wore to the ring, £40 suit that I wore to the ring.
Wait.
The £40 suit that I wore to the ring.
Let me just say,
drained my energy.
The memes since Saturday is just off the chain. Dream it, believe it, become it. That's what I'm saying. I ain't saying no more.
You can't say no more. Come on down. You can't say no more. You know what? You can't say no more.
That's my line.
With your Deontay Wilder knockout. Let me tell you this now, Tunde, they fooled you. Deontay Wilder fooled you. You know why? Because he was like, yeah, dream it, believe it, receive it. Dream it, believe it, receive it.
No, that's how he mash up. He didn't say it properly. Hold on. You're supposed to say, dream it, believe it, become it. You try to remix the thing.
Yeah, I know. And you ain't no Puff Daddy.
Nah. Listen, what a fight.
Man.
Listen, the gypsy is the king.
1 million%.
I don't care what anyone says. He is the number one face in boxing.
Right. You have to remember what Tyson Fury has done from beating that kind of depression. He was under some serious depression, you know, because people seem to forget. In 2015...
Hold on. You like the shit?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're on point.
Call me T Diddy. wait. T Diddy.
It's a shame we can't pan the camera around. Cause I'm looking at Gary, yeah, and our producer's got like this little beanie on, right? He look like a burglar, you know.
He look like Benny Hill. Remember Benny Hill from Coronation Street?
Benny, no, it's Crossroads.
Benny Hill.
Yeah,
that's the man. Crossroads is a serious program, you know.
6:30 every day, you know.
Serious program. For those of us who remember them days, Crossroads and Benny. Anyway, let's get back to talking about the bronze bomber.
The bronze bomber.
And the king.
The gypsy king.
Who is the gypsy.
Yeah. But the bronze bomber looked very rusty.
No, bro. Don't try to get me laughing at a next man's downfall like Dylan. I'm not on that.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at his downfall. You know what? I'm not laughing at his downfall.
No.
I tell you what I'm laughing at. I'm laughing at all the people who had the impertinence, Tunde.
Yeah.
Right?
They underestimated the knowledge again.
Yeah, of course, every week. But it's okay because you're all becoming believers now.
Yes.
And what it is this? If I'm interested to sit down and study you, I can see your flaws. I sat down and studied, and I wasn't saying, "No, this guy's rubbish." I said, "No, this guy, he there's lots of things where he needs to improve on." And on top of that, it was mad because Kenny Bayless went to jump in to stop the fight. At the same time, it was simultaneous to Mark Breland throwing in the towel.
But Mr. Breland is getting
a lot of flack. What do you think of that?
Personally, I think that's a cop out.
Of course it is.
Because listen, I can't see no way, from my perspective, how Deontay Wilder could have won that fight. Because he was dealing with an aggressive Tyson Fury. Every punch Tyson was throwing, it was designed to do damage. And he was on the front foot. So what's the best way to deal with a puncher? Put him on his back foot. And he certainly did it. And I feel that, in my opinion, Mark Breland was saving his career.
He saved. Let me tell you this. And I'm being 100. And I want people to realize this, that it's the fight is right. And this is my opinion. Tunde Ajayi doesn't have to agree with me. I'm telling you this now. When you are surrounded by yes men who don't know boxing, right? They're going to be speaking from a financial, emotional standpoint. When you're dealing with a man who's been in that ring, Mark Breland is a former World Games gold medalist, a former 1984 Olympic gold medalist.
Come on, knowledge.
Right? What was it? A 1987 WBA world champion when he beat Harold Ronibridge, the South African.
Come on,
right? Lost the title to Marlon Starling.
Knowledge.
Right? No, right.
Oh,
then.
no, wait.
Okay.
Give him the foghorn.
Right. What was it? And I can tell you as well, it was February 9th. The reason why it stands out in my head, because February 9th was when Lloyd Hannigan lost to Marlon Starling for his WBC crown. The WBA title was vacant because, what was it? Thomas Molinares knocks out Marlon Starling, but then he blew up in weight, so he retired and had to vacate the crown. And for the vacant crown, it was Mark Breland versus Yong Jing Pao, some guy from right.
Oh no, wait. Just for that name, Yong Jing Pao. Just for that name.
And Breland blasts him out in one round to regain the WBA World Welterweight title. Allegedly, main event pay Mark Breland up to this day $100,000 because he's signing on deal because he was such a lucrative name when he turned professional. He's signing on was like, you get $100,000 for life.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember the deal because I remember reading about that deal. I'm thinking, wow, that is very, very smart. Because as much as we say that, Mark Breland he went through all the, so Mark Breland knows boxing. There's videotapes of Mark Breland sparring with Tommy Hearns when he's a little kid. Tommy Hearns stuns him with a right hand. Right, and he got and then Tommy was like, walk it off, son. He walked it off. So he was down in the Kronk gym. He's been around great fighters. This man knows boxing. You can't tell around that. You've been around it for all your life.
But the thing is, the way I see it is this: he's blaming Mark Breland for throwing in the towel, but Kenny Bayless.
He was stopping the fight anyway.
No, Kenny Bayless's back was turned.
Yeah, he didn't see it.
He did to Breland. And he stopped the fight.
Yeah.
So, as you said, it was simultaneous. So, then I guess if you're blaming Breland, you got to blame the ref. Because they've done the same thing.
Thank you very much.
But I think that everyone, I mean, in these situations, I think it's easy to grab a scapegoat, and...
the suit that I wore to the ring, £40 suit that I wore to the ring.
Wait.
The £40 suit that I wore to the ring.
Let me just say,
drained my energy.
The memes since Saturday is just off the chain. You see the Eddie Murphy one in the barbershop.
They're taking liberties.
They're taking liberties. But listen, Deontay Wilder, he had a good run, and
that was his 11th title defense.
And an exciting fighter. I just feel that, most people believe that Fury won the first fight. I wasn't too sure because I just gave him with them 2 knockdowns. I thought, but most people, believe he won the first fight. But there was no doubt in this one.
No doubt. And I want to know is this: what was Deontay Wilder doing, trying to jab to the body of a taller man, trying to set up? What was he trying to set up? He was trying to set up with his right hand, but he's jabbing to the body. Yeah, I know he's trying to, but he
jab down.
I know, but you've never seen him go down so low and come back up for a right hand. So I don't know. You know what I mean? And also, that Jay Diaz, the guy that was with Deontay Wilder from who's in the amateurs, who was in his corner.
Yes.
I didn't like the way you tried to blame Mark Breland. Like, he turned around and he said, like, he was in the Tyson Fury corner to check the hands being wrapped, right?
Okay.
And a fight that happened on the show, subsequently, their corner threw in the towel. And Tyson Fury said, nah, that can't happen because someone threw in the towel. And he was agreeing with Tyson, yeah, we don't do that. Right? Were you agreeing with Tyson Fury for number one? Right? And also, because people were talking about, Tyson Fury cheated. I'm not buying into none of that. How he had the gloves flapping and all the rest of it. Hold up a second.
Hold on. You sent me one video. I was on a tube and then he fell off the tube. It was so funny. Because you know how these Americans, they like to dramatize things. It's like, man, when have you ever seen a hair flap like that, man?
End of the day. Jay Diaz was in the changing room when he's getting his hand wrapped.
Yes.
Jay Diaz was in the changing room to inspect the gloves as well, right? You've also got people from the commission who inspect the gloves.
Yes.
I'm not calling no foul play. If Tyson Fury loosens his hands to flap it out, that's his business. But am I gonna? And they said, he weren't hit with the knuckles and and all the rest of it. That's for the referee to go and to administer, say what he's seen from what he's not seen.
But many people used to say Joe Calzaghe used to slap.
Exactly. But he slapped the hell out of people.
Yeah, that's what Ernie said to me. He said, well, listen, he's the hardest slapper in town. Right. You understand?
So all of these things, son, I'm not buying into none of it. Give Tyson Fury all the credit in the world for what he's gone out and done.
Well,
and
guess what? Guess what? The WBC, the WBO, the WBA, the IBF, the Ring magazine is in the UK. So we got the whole thing.
Yeah,
boxing is back where it belongs.
Yeah,
it's in the UK. Well, I'm not trying to with the financial aspect. I don't know if the fights will be in the UK, but
it don't matter.
It don't matter.
UK people, UK fighters are going to benefit from it.
We got all the belts. Wasn't the Queensberry started in the UK?
Yeah, it was.
It's just come back home, then, didn't it?
You know what I mean? And it was from the Queensberry stables, and that was 1826. But anyway, don't worry about that.
Yes.
But I'm saying to you, like from those times there, you got to think how boxing has evolved.
Yes.
Right. But when we would have thought, like, it's crazy, like how big boxing is right now. I mean, I know you can't walk on the street when people don't want to stop you.
Yes, I can.
Every time you walk on the street, I know you get. Treat, believe it, become it. No, all the time.
Yeah, on the trade actually.
Yeah, I mean, every time when I get stopped, you every time I've been driving my car and like I'll get stopped and people talking and I'm saying, and when you use on the phone, I got 20 on the phone, rah, lines in the gap, lines in these. Right, this is how big boxing is right now, and it's a great time to be involved in boxing. It's also a great time to be British, and that's the God's honest truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'd like to ask you, in your expert opinion, what do you feel Deontay Wilder could have done differently in that fight?
If I was Deontay, what could he have done differently?
Yes.
Not wear that big suit to come into the ring.
That looks like some Darth Vader suit. That's some Darth Vader suit. That's why he was tired. That's the thing tied at his legs. He never had no legs.
2 years ago, he was on Joe Rogan's show. Coogan Cassius sent me this, right? He's on Joe Rogan's show saying that he trains with a 50 pound or 40 pound weighted
jacket.
Right, weighted jacket.
I saw some video when he was doing pull-ups.
Right, exactly.
With that same
so I don't
thing.
want to buy it. No, listen, I'm not interested in I don't want to hear. You know what? George Foreman said when he famously lost in October of 1974 to Muhammad Ali in the Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire. And George Foreman said, I was picking an excuse for anything. Oh, my shoes were too big. Oh, it's this. George, right. Sometimes this is how it goes. Like, in order for you to grow, you have to accept where you went wrong so you can correct it.
For sure.
Now, what is Deontay Wilder going to correct? If you got a bag of yes man around you, what are you going to correct? But I can tell you one thing for sure. You're going to know when you're alone in your house, could be on the times when you're in the shower, you will be reliving those claps that you got. You will be reliving that right hand that sent you over in round 3. You will be reliving the jabs that Tyson Fury was administering to your head, and you didn't know how to slip. And body,
yes,
right? These are the things that you want. And I want Deontay Wilder to come back. I wish Deontay Wilder all the best. Yes. But what I can't take is the ignorance of people who don't understand boxing talking to a man, and because he's got a world title, he thinks that he's validated now. I've seen many fighters who become world champions but didn't know how to box. Famously, Davey Moore was an excellent fighter. You know what I mean? Actually beat Lloyd Hannigan, I think it was like 1978. He beat Lloyd Hannigan in the amateurs, right? Davey Moore was a really, really good fighter. Early, I think it was 9 fights in, became the WBA light middleweight champion, right? And then they put Davey Moore in with a supposedly past peak Roberto Duran, a 32-year-old Roberto Duran. Right, that's one of the worst beatings that I've ever seen in my life. And Davey Moore, to his credit, said, right, I got to learn how to box. He left his camp. He went to, I believe it was Jules Benton. Jules Benton or Eddie Futch he went to teach him how to box. Right? But he showed humility to say, you know what, I know if I want to stay in this game, I've got to learn how to box.
Yeah, I think
Wilder needs to learn to box.
I think Deontay, whether he needs to learn to box, I think he would have got more credit if he just said, you know what, tonight wasn't my night. Big up Tyson Fury. He deserved the victory and he got the victory. I think people would have respected him a bit more. But
come on,
I think with all the excuses that he's
using, it makes it worse. It's fuel to the fire.
Yeah, well, listen, sets up a nice trilogy.
No, it doesn't. Because everyone thinks...
But he had an excuse. The suit was too heavy. So now he's just going to come in like an old Mike Tyson with just the shorts and no robe.
Bruv. All I'm saying is this. It's like... What I notice about the real greats...
Yes.
Or the guys who go on to be great... they show homage and respect to the ones who paved the way for them. Right? Look at it.
Didn't Wilder say he can beat Mike Tyson?
Wilder said he can beat Mike Tyson.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Wilder said he could beat Mike.
In his prime.
Yeah, I remember like him and James Toney went back and forth a few years ago. And James Toney said, man, I'll beat you right now.
And hey, James, I'm telling you, that guy's a serious guy.
Right. What I'm trying to say is this: show respect.
So is there going to be an immediate rematch?
He says that he's implementing a rematch clause, right?
Okay.
So, and there's a lot of talk that fight could actually be in Saudi Arabia, right? So if it is in Saudi Arabia, Deontay Wilder will earn fantastically well, and that will be a vicious pension fund for you to look after your family.
Hold on, so that means that you already say that he's going to lose then?
How's he going to beat Tyson Fury? Well, if you're... Wait a minute. In order for...
You're saying he's going to lose already?
Tunde, he's going to lose.
But he's got a chance. He's a puncher.
He's a puncher.
Yeah.
Do you not think Tyson Fury now is going to raise in stature? Even more so.
Well, that was said about Ruiz as well. Ruiz said he was going to raise his stature.
He did. No, he did. He raised in weight. There's a difference. Press the button.
Ruiz said he was going to raise his game. He said he was going to train harder. He said he was going to come better.
Wait. But
so you don't know.
Wait. The difference is Ruiz, that was his mountaintop. So you know the Mexican cartel look after him right now. He's set for life. He ain't got nothing to worry about.
I don't know.
The first Mexican champion.
You know what? The only reason why I kind of tend to agree with you that I don't think he could do anything, because Tyson Fury has said it over and over again. I'm a fighting man. Mm-hmm. Through and through. Mm-hmm. This is not no flash in the pan. This is generational. Mm-hmm. The granddad, the great grand, everybody is rocking.
The cat, the dog. You go to Tyson Fury's house right now, I guarantee you that the goldfish are fighting.
So I just think that it's very, very unlikely that Wilder can come up with a game plan to dethrone the Gypsy King. And he's been saying it from the start. He said, listen, no one can't call themselves a champion until they beat me.
Right. Simple. And I want you to realize. And the next thing, and I'll call that Ambrose Mendy. Ambrose Mendy try to sway my decision with his little voodoo self, right? I'm on a train. I get a vocal answer the phone. It's Ambrose Mendy. For you guys who don't know, he's a former boxing agent. He used to manage Nigel Benn. He phones me up and he's like, "Oh, Spenny, who you got? Spenny?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? I got Tyson Fury all day, every day, twice on Sundays." He goes, "Nah. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder's, he's a fighting man. He wants it." I said, "Brother, I don't think you understand. Tyson Fury, as Tunde was saying, he's a fighting man. Everybody will get it from him." And you know what the nicest thing is right now?
Look, I'm sorry to cut you, Spence.
Go on.
There's more videos coming in about the glove.
Look, I don't business about no glove business, right?
Look, they're saying that something ain't right.
All right, wait there.
The glove's flapping around.
All right, cool. All right, you see the glove flapping around talk, yeah?
Yeah.
The shot that knocked him over was a right hand.
That does look mad, though.
I know it does look mad, right? But I'm not buying that. I don't care.
That don't look right, though. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, but I don't care. You listen, I don't care, brother.
But hold on. I'm trying to think out how that would hurt. Because that means it slaps. They don't punch
slaps, exactly. So, and then, but that busted up his face. And all these Yankee guys. It's a lot of these American guys.
Sore losers, man.
Sore losers. Man, come back and say, like, you doffers, you wankers. American, man, you know. So, I'm not buying none of that. Tyson Fury Tyson Fury fought two men that you wouldn't hire for sparring when he was out on his 2.5-year hiatus.
Yes.
Comes back, fights these Billy guys, and he fights Deontay Wilder, and he weren't even really match fit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You gave him a couple more men to practice upon, which he had with that Wildling guy and all the rest of it.
I actually think the first fight gave Fury more confidence.
Of course he did.
He's saying to himself, if this man can't knock me out, and I've just come back from what I've come back from, now that I'm in shape, now that I've had another 2 contests, yeah, you can't do nothing to me.
Exactly.
And that was a great game plan.
It was a wicked game plan, and we got to give all the credit in the world to Sugar Hill.
Sugarman Hill.
Right? And the next guy who I have to big up, Andy Lee. When I saw Andy Lee was out working with Tyson Fury, speak to Andy Lee about boxing. The guy knows boxing, man.
That's his cousin, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. But Andy Lee was saying, Sugar Hill. Validating Sugar Hill, because he worked with Sugar Hill from when he was working with Emmanuel Stewart. And the next thing is, Andy Lee used to live with Emmanuel Stewart. So he knows what's going on.
Yes.
And he knows that these guys know the thing. So all the credit in the world to the Kronk Gymnasium. You know what I mean? Long line of history. And now that is the Kronks. So that's their third world champion now. Because that is their fourth world champion, because they worked with Evander Holyfield.
So you mean, heavyweight champion?
Yeah, heavyweight champion.
Okay, so Wladimir, Evander, Lennox, and now Tyson Fury. Yes,
exactly.
See, cool media knowledge as well. Wait, I'm going to give myself a round of applause for that one, right?
Right. All right, Governor, Mary Poppins. Right. So
yes.
It is what it is. It's a beautiful time for boxing. And that's that. A beautiful time for boxing.
You know, I was talking to Frank Warren today, and he said that it's just the way it is. There's heavyweight boxing, there's heavyweights, and then there's boxing. Boxing ain't alive if the heavyweights ain't alive.
Exactly.
So,
and that is the truth.
And it's the truth. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Stamina for Sale YouTube channel.